r/malicious compliance. Act like a jerk, pay the stupid tax. Way back in the late 1900s, during some of my high school years, I worked at a location of the restaurant chain prophesized in Demolition Man to one day be the victor of the fast food wars, along with several other buddies from school. In those days, one could purchase a taco in hard or soft shell form for 79 cents. It was the same then as it is now. Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. If you wanted the supreme version, which added tomatoes and sour cream, it cost 99 cents. If you wanted to add sour cream to any menu item, it was a 25-cent upcharge. Many people would come in and order a taco with sour cream added, and generally, we would repeat it back as a taco supreme, no tomatoes, knowing that ringing it up this way saved the person 5 cents. Shocking life hack most people don't know. If anyone asked, we'd explain why we rung it up that way, and most folks were cool about it. But sometimes, and sadly more frequently than one would hope for, you'd have the jerks who just couldn't comprehend things like logic. That's not what I ordered, etc. Nowadays, I believe they would be called Karens. Back then, we just called them When we encountered those people, it wasn't worth my barely minimum wage time to try and explain things like economics or basic math to people. Way above my pay grade. So we just say, sorry about that, I'll correct it, and ring it up exactly how they ordered. Widely known as the stupid tax. Yeah, it's entirely petty and mostly insignificant when it was only 5 cents per taco. But we were teenagers working part-time at Taco Bell. What do you expect?
I worked at Domino's when I was young. They had a deal of 2 large pizzas, 2 sides, and a drink. Someone rings up and asks for 2 large pizzas, a side, and a drink. I say to them, I can put it through as XYZ offer, and you'll pay less money and have an extra side. I get told very sharply not to upsell, and they hang up. Whatever. People don't listen. One time I was asked for fish and chips.
I need to. Do you have a pizza with fish and chips? Is that a secret menu item?
Went to a restaurant this week that does hot dog and chips on pizza. It seems it is a topping from Italy. Granted, my source is another Reddit thread, but I read that Italians put hot dogs on a pizza and call it an American pizza.
And yet I am an American, have lived in the States my entire life, and have never seen anyone here top a pizza with hot dogs.
While I was stationed in Germany, I learned that the Germans think Americans drink warm beer. This was discovered when I asked them why they enjoy warm beer and why they wouldn't touch any American's beer. Both sides were shocked to learn that we all enjoy a nice frosty beer.
It's actually the Brits who drink warm beer. Turns out Lucas also makes refrigerators. All kidding aside, beer is traditionally served at roughly the same temperature it's brewed at. German beer, many of the early brewers in America were of German descent, is made using yeast that work at the bottom of the vat. British beer is made using yeast that work at the top of the vat. Bottom fermenting yeast prefer cooler temperatures than top fermenting yeast, and they do bad things if the fermenting vat is too warm. This has led to laws banning the brewing of beer in the summer, a style of beer that stores sell, so there's something to drink when no fresh beer is available. Lager has its roots in the German verb to store, and a celebration of the first legal brew of the fall, being ready to drink, Oktoberfest.
I used to work at AutoZone, and we had a customer call asking if we sold fish sandwiches. Called my coworker over, and we decided to ask if they wanted 5W30 or 75W90 for their sauce.
I used to work at Blockbuster Video. It was acceptable when people returned Hollywood videos to our store. They were just a block away. My favorite was when someone returned a library book through the Dropbox. Recently, I was working a band fundraiser where hot dogs were being sold for $1 a piece. So being me, I told B people they were $1 each or 2 for $3. The number of people who told me the 2 for $3 deal was a better deal was astounding. If they handed me $2, they still got their 2 hot dogs.
I used to volunteer at an annual festival where they had one of those bars and bells, pull-tab gambling tickets. They were $0.25 each. I would always put up a handmade sign for my shift that said Saturday, Sunday special, 20 for $5. Always got a lot of upsells asking for the special.
I worked the candy counter at a scout camp. While standing next to the sign stating candy bars 50 cents, I'd sell a special buy 2 for $1. We easily sold 3x as many bars those weekends as the others. Kids, sure, I understand they go for it. But when the parents come and demand the special sigh,
Ran into the same thing with people ordering a hamburger with cheese, and we would ring it up as a cheeseburger. They would get so upset because they didn't order a cheeseburger, they just wanted cheese on their hamburger. It cost like 20 cents more to add the cheese, but whatever. It was extra annoying, though, because the line would yell at you for ringing it in that way.
I had it the exact opposite thing. People would order a cheeseburger without cheese, which was literally just a hamburger with a different wrapper and 10p more expensive. I'd always try and explain it. Some people would accept it, no problem, but a lot of folk would get really angry about it. I got this a lot at McDonald's, too. Another was people ordering, say, a quarter pounder with large fries and large Coke. I'd say, so a large quarter pounder meal? And they'd say, no, I didn't ask for a meal. Okay, then, I'll ring it all up individually, costing you an extra $5. Customer is always right, right?
I hope you all enjoyed this story. I apologize for not uploading recently. However, I have been working on a bit of an update to this program, in case you haven't noticed the beautiful new text that I hope works like I want it to. I will continue to improve, and I hope you all stick around for the ride. Once again, I'm always open to criticism. Anything you guys can tell me will help. Let me know what you guys thought of the story in the description, and share any stories you guys might have as well. The link to the original post, as always, will be in the description, and make sure to follow for new videos every day.